This is a TK lesson, and it is called color matching, which sounds kind of like a funny lesson, but it is part of their curriculum that they can match colors. So like matching red crayon to red paint. So that's kind of the idea behind this lesson, is that they are able to match their colors from one medium to the next. So this is what they'll be making. It's just some birds, and they are doing a crayon outline, and then they're filling it in with paint. So that's where the color matching comes into play. So they're gonna start with a piece of 6 by 18 white construction paper. So all I've done is take a 12 by 18 sheet of construction paper and then just cut it in half lengthwise. So that's what they'll start with. And then the next thing you're gonna need is a circle template of some sort. So you could cut out some circle templates out of cardstock or cardboard. They can do this, but this is a little bit challenging for them because as they're tracing, they have a hard time staying outside that line and not, bumping over to the paper, but they can do it. The other option would be to find cups or containers or lids or something that would work. And you're looking for something that's about 2 or 2.5 inches in diameter. That's just gonna give you the right size to get the circles across the paper. So you can use whichever one that you want or whatever you have accessible. And then what they're going to do, and I would work with them one step at a time. So have the whole class work with tracing their circles. And then when they're done with that, then move on to tracing the circle with the crayon, adding details, painting. So one step at a time, because it is a lot of steps, and if you give them all the steps at once, especially at this age, it just kind of gets to be a little bit of a mess. So I'm just gonna do my circles. So they're gonna use a pencil, and they're just gonna trace the circle. And the goal is that they have 4 to 6 circles across the page. It's really they're just gonna all do it differently. They're young, and they're all kind of at different levels. So they just want anywhere from 4 to 6 circles across the page. And they don't have to be perfectly straight, just anywhere on the page. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna draw circles, and I can just kind of do it till I run out of room. So if I only get 4, great. If I get 5, great, whatever. So I've drawn the circles with pencil, and now they're going to trace these circles with crayon. Now, I am always reluctant to give them black crayons and black paint. Not so much the black crayons, but the black paint, because it kind of can turn into a mess. So I would recommend having them stick with rainbow colors, so red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and they want to trace each circle in a different color. It doesn't matter which colors, it doesn't matter which order, but try to help them remember to do a different color for each circle. So once they've traced their circles in different colors, the next thing that they're gonna do is they're gonna keep using the crayons, and they're gonna add details. So you're gonna talk to them about, telling them, okay, you've got some circles, how can you make your circle look like a bird? And so they help them come up with, they're gonna add a beak, they're gonna add eyes, wings, feet, whatever will help them understand that these circles are gonna turn into birds. So you might want to show them an example just to, so they get the idea. It's pretty basic shapes, and they'll catch on. Now I've got the details added to the birds, so now they'll start to see that they're looking like birds. And so now you're going to give them watercolors. So they're done with the crayons, and give them watercolors, and they can explain to them that they want the bird's color with paint to match the outline. So if they've outlined it in green, they need to paint it green. If they've outlined it in purple, they need to paint it purple. This is something where with the younger kids, TK and kindergarten, even first grade, sometimes it's best to give them a paint tray without the black, and even the brown. They do just pop out, so you can just pop them out. For some reason, when they get the black and brown, it just quickly turns into a mess. But if they follow the directions, they should only be using the colors that match the outlines of the birds that they have. So now they've matched all the paint to the crayons, and you can just stop right here. They look great right here. You can let them paint the background. It's really up to you and where you think your class's abilities are. Sometimes if you let them do the background, they might, that's when the black and the brown become an issue, because you've kind of given them free rein and it turns messy. So you can't just stop here. If you like how it looks, maybe you have a couple students that finish quickly and they can paint the background. It's up to you and what you want your class to do, but it looks fine either way. So that's painting the background. They most likely will not paint the background, just one single color, or you can just leave it white.